Lewis Hamilton, now dressed in Ferrari red, still seems to be searching for rhythm and harmony with his new team. On paper, the partnership between the 7-time world champion and race engineer Riccardo Adami should be formidable, a blend of experience, speed, and Ferrari's trademark technical precision. Yet, according to former F1 driver Robert Doornbos, something hasn't clicked. "I think there's no chemistry between the engineer and the driver," Doornbos said on the Pit Talk podcast. "The communication between Lewis and Ricky doesn't look like they really fit together." That statement highlights something often overlooked in Formula One. The relationship between a driver and a race engineer is not just about data and strategy, it's about trust. Doornbos pointed to key moments, such as during the Mexican Grand Prix, where coordination lapses may have cost Hamilton dearly. The Briton received a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits in a fierce duel, and many observers believe Ferrari could have acted faster to guide him away from that mistake. Ricky said, "We've got a 10-second penalty for this and that situation." And Lewis replied, "Yeah, but it's really hard to stay on track." "We know Lewis," Doornbos added. "I just don't think they're really connecting." In a world as precise as Formula One, communication is a weapon. And this is where Hamilton's struggle seems to lie. He came from Mercedes, a team that spent a decade perfecting a symphony of understanding between driver, engineer, and data. Every radio call, every strategic adjustment, felt almost instinctive. At Ferrari, Hamilton is starting from zero. Adami, long associated with Charles Leclerc's side of the garage, has a different technical and emotional approach, more rigid, factual, and cautious. That contrasts sharply with Hamilton's intuitive, expressive, and trust-driven style. This issue goes beyond on-track performance, it's about leadership dynamics. Hamilton is a driver who needs to feel heard, not merely instructed. When communication lacks warmth and emotional nuance, performance can falter. Within Ferrari, a team infamous for internal pressure and immense public expectations, a lack of chemistry could become a major barrier to their championship ambitions. Still, it would be overly simplistic to blame the entire situation on the engineer-driver dynamic. Ferrari is itself in transition. Technical structures are shifting, strategic calls remain inconsistent, and the pressure to deliver for the Italian faithful never fades. The Hamilton-Adami relationship thus mirrors a broader adaptation process between a legendary driver and a system still learning how to accommodate him. Hamilton, for his part, continues to project calm. He dismissed rumors of tension as nonsense, insisting everyone in the team is working toward the same goal. But results often speak louder than reassurance. "We're not really a match for each other," said Robert Doornbos, a brief statement with deep implications. When Doornbos points to chemistry as the issue, he's not only referring to personal warmth in a team, but to how two people interpret the same situation differently, when to push, when to hold back, when to trust data, and when to rely on instinct. In Lewis Hamilton and Riccardo Adami's case, that difference defines the moments that decide races. The phrase "not really a match" hints at friction in interpretation. An engineer focuses on telemetry, tire data, and minimizing risk. A driver like Hamilton feels the car's balance and grip beyond what numbers show. When the engineer warns of penalties and the driver replies about how hard it is to keep control, two logics collide: prevention versus performance. Doornbos also touches the emotional core. Chemistry is built on trust. Hamilton came from years of seamless communication at Mercedes, where radio messages flowed with mutual understanding. With Adami, the tone is more technical, less empathetic, and under pressure, that can make instructions sound like orders rather than guidance. In Formula One, such tone shifts can change reactions in milliseconds. The tension becomes critical in moments requiring instant judgment. Doornbos noted that Ferrari could have acted sooner to avoid a penalty, revealing a communication gap that cost time and momentum. In a sport where perfection is measured in thousandths of a second, weak chemistry can become a strategic disadvantage. There's also a psychological mismatch. Hamilton values open, emotionally aware communication, while Adami appears methodical and reserved. This difference risks creating frustration. The driver feels unheard, the engineer feels ignored. Over time, that gap can erode teamwork and consistency. Yet Dornbos's remark isn't a condemnation, it's a warning and an opportunity. Recognizing incompatibility is the first step to fixing it. Ferrari can rebuild the bond through shared simulations, radio drills, and personal dialogue to align styles. Ultimately, I don't think they're really compatible isn't a verdict, it's a reminder. In F1, chemistry between driver and engineer isn't a luxury, it's a performance weapon. And for Ferrari to unlock Hamilton's full potential, that connection must be repaired and protected as carefully as the car itself.
Wow. Wow, that was amazing.
The real question is, can chemistry be created or must it be born naturally? In a world like Formula One, full of pressure and ego, how much of the bond between driver and engineer can be engineered into existence? Is it enough to share data and debrief sessions, or does true trust only grow through time and shared battles on track? Such connections can't be forced. Every driver speaks a different language. Some respond to precision, others to emotion. Hamilton is the latter, he thrives on rhythm and empathy. At Mercedes, he had that symbiosis. When he spoke, the team instantly understood the meaning behind his tone. At Ferrari, that language hasn't formed yet, and technical messages often lose nuance in translation. If that bond doesn't evolve, Ferrari faces a dilemma. Should they risk changing engineers to find balance, or must Hamilton adapt to the team's rigid structure? Time isn't on his side. Each season now feels like a final chance to chase the elusive 8th title, and without that emotional link, his peak performance will stay locked away. For Ferrari, this partnership is more than a technical challenge, it's a test of culture. For years they've built beautiful, fast cars, but struggled with internal harmony. Now, with one of the most experienced drivers in history, they must prove they can blend engineering logic with human understanding. Dornbos's warning cuts deep. You have to use every opportunity to get the most out of it. Every lap reflects the state of that bond. When harmony breaks, so does the rhythm of victory. In the end, the Hamilton-Adami story could define Ferrari's modern era, proof that chemistry can be built through communication and trust, or a reminder that even the best machinery fails without a human connection guiding it.